What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into the Gotham War Scorched Earth, issue number 1. This will be the one-shot to close out the entirety of the Gotham War. Vandal Savage has offered immortality to everybody that was on Catwoman's crew. All of the criminals that she had been training up, they have been given an option to steal the fragments of a meteor. The same meteor that gave Savage his powers all of those years ago. The issues of the Bat family being put to the side, because not only is Savage out here doing all of this, but we also have all the big bads. Batman's rogue gallery coming out in full force, and all hell is breaking loose on the streets of Gotham. So make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so we are picking up in downtown Gotham. We pick up with Tim Drake. In communication with Oracle, there is stuff that is going down. And what that is Batman's rogue gallery. They are out in full force. And when Tim goes in to save somebody, he is quickly taken captive. This is where we pick up with Selina and Bruce, having Jason Todd with them. Jason is still getting used to what Batman had done to him, and even Selina is saying that you're gonna have to answer for this. But they don't have time to focus on that. The city is in danger. Vandal Savage is gathering all of these meteor fragments. These fragments making people immortal and possibly enhanced. And Batman knows that Vandal Savage and his powers are wearing off. This was all but confirmed when Savage decided that he was going to buy Wayne Manor, because he had the largest piece. It was down in the Batcave. He knows that this is the source of Savage's power. This is when Jason learns that the manor had been stolen more or less by Savage. That Savage bought it outright. And Jason goes on to say that you are slipping, that Dick was right, that his little science project, the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh, is truly messing his head up. Having Oracle get in communication, she is saying that Tim is missing, and there is an army of rogues downtown. By the looks of it, it looks like they raided the Batcave. Batman knows that this is a distraction, with Selina going out to try and handle her thieves. She tells Batman to assemble your Bat army, to set your pride aside and get this city under control. And so Batman gets in communication with Oracle, saying that one of their own is in danger. The city is in danger, that he is tired of fighting each other. So many people need to be saved, that they are family, they can disagree. He'll make peace with this, because right now there is too much to do, too much time being lost. He doesn't expect them to trust him, but he trusts in his family. He tells them to go save your brother, go save Tim, and he will stop Savage. As Batman makes his exit, he leaves Jason Todd behind. He apologizes to Jason and says that one day, I hope you'll understand. This is what picks us up with Selina and Teddy. We have Teddy out here who is robbing one of these rich people's homes. She assumed that Teddy was stealing the meteorite. The truth is, he wanted nothing to do with that. He is out here simply stealing the rich's goods. While she's been trying to hunt down all of these individuals, they've been trained pretty well, so they have been able to give them the slip. This is what takes us to the Batcave. This place is completely torn apart. He has gone down here so he can try to track where Savage went. He finds tire tracks headed west from the manor. Him and Oracle having a conversation, it appears that there was a van headed towards Gotham Observatory 4 nights ago. After doing some investigation, they believe that this was Savage. And so as he heads off, we take off to downtown Gotham. The rogue gallery just laying waste to everything, putting down cops left and right. And they have Tim on display. They are calling out the Bat family. And the Bat family, they answer, with Scarecrow unleashing not only Joker toxin, but also fear gas. Everyone puts on their mask, but they now are facing against the GCPD and everybody that was infected. On top of that, they still have the rogue gallery to take down, with Nightwing charging in. We pick up at the observatory. Catwoman meeting Batman here. we have learned that a solid number of the fragments have been gathered here. When Batman had studied the fragment that he had, he noted it's got biological components and it was carrying a parasite. He believes now it is what is behind the pieces being gathered originally here at Gotham in the first place. All of them drawn together. It affects the brains of those around it. Savage has been using the telescope, and it doesn't take long for Batman to see that the fragments aren't a power source. They are a homing beacon, one for a larger meteor, one that is too large and it is coming in fast. This meteor will turn Gotham into a crater, and so the Bat and the Cat, they jump into action, with Savage giving the order to kill them and live forever. We pick back up at downtown Gotham, Nightwing fighting against Professor Pig, fighting against Black Mask, and everybody in between. On the rooftop, we have Duke, who is taking out not only Two-Face, but rescuing Tim Drake. With Tim joining the fight, this is where things change drastically, telling Duke to grab the freeze and heat guns, setting them to a wide dispersal and shooting them over the scene. This will stop the Scarecrow gas from going airborne. And then he goes to Professor Pig, pushing in and unlatching the venom. He tells Batgirl that the suit has a power exoskeleton, that there is a kill switch on the left side of the chest plate, that Firefly is using the 2.0 freeze guns. They need 3 seconds to charge between blasts. This gives Damian and Batgirl the opportunity to jump out and take him down. And holding his breath, he charges in on Scarecrow and knocks him clean out. Nightwing asking, "How did you know all of this?" He says that Batman wanted him to study, and so he did. Everything that entered that cave. He tells Nightwing that it was the only way to become the second best Robin. As they begin to evacuate, Batman gets on the horn and lets everybody know that there is a meteor coming. This is a level 5 emergency. They need somebody to take out that meteor. It will make landfall in minutes. It will wipe out the entire eastern seaboard. And Oracle has tried to get in contact with the Justice Leaguers, but they aren't responding. This is where Jason Todd sees the Batwing. He hops inside of it, and Batman, finding out what is going on, he tells Jason not to do this. But Jason is able to overcome all of his fear. It doesn't cause him to freeze up, though he is very much stuttering while doing this. He flies the Batwing up into the air and directly towards that meteor. He tells Batman that he is going to go and he will have to sit with the fact that he was wrong about Jason Todd. This is where we see that Batwing collide with the meteor. And while it did break up the meteor, the main piece is still falling down to the ground. It crashes right into the observatory. Batman and Catwoman both surviving the blast, but just barely. Savage and his daughter, they head down to the meteor. He tells his daughter that he should go first, that they don't know how much power it contains. As they get into a little heated argument, we see that Savage stabs his own daughter. He stabs Scandal right in the stomach and then touches the meteor. But then he quickly notices that something is different. This power is different. With some kind of huge explosion up in the air, we see that Jason Todd, he lived, parachuting down to the ground. Vandal Savage being sucked into this meteor. Catwoman jumping down to save Scandal. Barely able to hold on, Batman jumps down to save the both of them. But in the process, Catwoman falls. She falls and she disappears into the green energy. And Batman sitting at the edge of this crater looking for any sign of her. Selina Kyle is gone. This is what picks us up 2 weeks later. Dick and Bruce having a conversation. Washington and Waller, they have sealed off the entire area around this meteor. They are here to study it. It is completely broken down, creating what appears to be another Lazarus pit, thinking that maybe there's a chance Vandal and Selina survived. But as far as Bruce can see, Selina is gone. But Dick goes on to tell Bruce that he needs help. Between fighting the Bat family and what he did to Jason, he may have had his reasons, but he went too far. That Zur is infecting his brain. Dick has no doubts about this, that they could get to the root of all of this if he would simply let them help. But he goes on to say that it's not Zur, The voice of Zur saying it's not me, but Bruce says that he's been thinking about all of this, about the mission, about everyone who has followed him. He says that he is okay with not having happiness, but it kills his very soul that none of them will either, that they are doomed to fight all of this alone. But Dick goes on to say that this isn't your call to make, that we're not soldiers, we are people doing the right thing, and that he is wrong. Him and Babs are very happy together, but Bruce does wonder for how long. He wanted Jason to have a peaceful life, and now he feels he's not the example for him or the others to follow. He does believe that Dick was right about one thing, disconnecting him from the Batbox from the network. He can't be a part of this anymore. The next generation shouldn't follow his path. That it is just getting darker and he cannot see what is ahead. That they should follow Dick and Babs. That he does good. He gives off light. They are the parents that this family needs. It was never him and Selina. Getting in his car and taking off, he wishes them good luck. Getting back to the brownstone, seeing him suited up as Batman. Riddler has left him a message about the Joker. The Joker going on to talk about how there are 3 Jokers. And Batman says that he already knows there are 3 Jokers. Hanging up before Edward Nygma can say any more. He is not in the mood for Riddler's games, but he also knows that Nygma is not wrong. The mission has changed, that he must be more proactive, that he must find the Joker. This is when Batman sees a figure on top of a building nearby. It is Selina Kyle. When he gets up there, Selina has already gone, leaving behind a little thumb drive that says "in case of emergencies." And this is when we pick up with Teddy. Teddy is still out here being a cat burglar. On this evening, he is breaking into a house that happens to be a brownstone. As he begins to go inside and look around, knowing that this is Bruce Wayne's place. When he gets to a room, what he finds is that Bruce Wayne is in fact Batman. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Alright, so the Gotham War as a whole, I honestly did expect more from this story. It started out relatively good, but it branched away from the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh, it branched away from all of their problems, all of their trouble, and apparently Batman acts like he's not going to be a part of the Bat family anymore, but he is actively working in Gotham still. Not only did he not face any consequences for his actions, we don't know if Jason was changed back, we can assume that Jason wasn't changed back. And it seems like he really has no remorse for doing it. He truly does believe that he was doing the right thing. The 3 Jokers even now more confirmed that they are here, they're existing, and Batman's gonna be hunting them down. Selina Kyle appearing to be alive, not knowing if she is now immortal with superpowers. All in all, these comics were rather inconsistent. In one moment, Batman of Zur-En-Arrh looked like he's about to take over. In the next moment, it looks like Bruce is in absolute control. It was nice to see Tim Drake getting a little bit of spotlight, but let's be honest, most of the Bat family would have known the information that he was saying. This really wasn't a Gotham War. This was more like a Gotham conflict. We expected the Bat family to really go at one another. The sides had been chosen only for a moment, but then things changed very drastically, very quickly, and it became something completely different. I really did have high hopes for this story, but at the end of the day, I just wasn't the biggest fan of what is happening. And it appears that Batman is still operating in Gotham, but somehow he's still completely disconnected from everything and everybody. Like I said, it's so heavily inconsistent, even in this comic itself. But to further this, the entire rogue gallery of Batman, they went to the cave and stole everything. Or at least Savage did. And are we going to pretend like Savage didn't tell anybody that Bruce Wayne was in fact Batman? Because let's say hypothetically Savage is the one that ransacked the cave and brought all the weapons to them. You don't think at one point he's going to be like, guess what everybody, Batman is in fact Bruce Wayne. This would have only helped Savage further in his overall end goal to bring that meteor to Earth. But regardless, the word is out. There are multitudes of people that now know Batman is Bruce Wayne. This information will spread like wildfire. So I am interested to see what happens next. It looks like they're taking Batman, taking away everything. No longer having wealth, no longer having any kind of resources really except what he had in the Brownstone. And now he is going after the 3 Jokers. So the story moving forward definitely has some interesting potential, especially considering that the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh is still there. How all of this will play out is still very much up for debate. But when it comes to the Gotham War, this is definitely a story that I would say is subpar at best. The inconsistency between the writers, the lack of understanding these characters on the fundamental level, there are so many things that are wrong with this comic. It's definitely a little event that's going to be forgotten after a couple of years. But let me know what you guys think, let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with the Gotham War, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It'll get you completely caught up on everything going on with this series. If you would like to support this channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you're unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.